You know what makes classic gross out stickers like Garbage Pail Kids or Wacky packages unforgettable? It's not just the vile illustrations, it's the names, the slogans, the puns that make you laugh and gag at the same time. I'm knee deep in designing my own gross out food sticker sets, and whether that's a moldy muffin with a punny twist or a roach infested sub with a slogan that makes you squirm, the wordplay is just as important as the art. Today, I'm going to show you how I take those titles, phrases, and puns that turn a gross doodle into a sticker that you'll want to share, trade, and maybe even regret looking at after lunch. I'm Scott Circlin. Join me in the Art Lab. Let's suit up. Here we are back in the Art Lab. You know, puns are one of those love 'em or hate 'em forms of humor. For fans, they're like puzzles. Your brain makes quick connections between two meanings, and that instant spark feels clever and satisfying. For critics though, that same twist can feel obvious or corny, which is why puns often receive groans just as easily as they do laughs. No matter what you feel about puns, they are an integral part of this gross out sticker set. So how do I come up with a pun or a funny phrase? Let's find out. The real magic is that puns always get a reaction. Even when someone claims they hate them, they still roll their eyes or chuckle despite themselves. That makes puns perfect for things like gross out stickers, where the whole point is to provoke, whether that's laughter, disgust, or a playful cringe. A pun is never neutral, it sticks with you. There's also a deeper reason they work so well. Puns disrupt expectations. Our brains like clarity, but when language suddenly takes a detour, like a sandwich name that doubles as something slimy or disgusting, we get a jolt of surprise. That twist is the essence of humor. In gross food art, it's even stronger because the pun forces you to say the gross thing out loud while looking at the exaggerated art. And maybe the best part is that puns are universal. You don't need a special language to get the joke. It's all right there in the words. That accessibility makes it ideal for collectible humor, especially when you want kids and adults to connect with the gag. The pun makes the audience feel like they're in on the joke with you, and that shared wink is exactly what keeps people coming back for more. One of the most challenging aspects of designing these cards for me is workshopping puns and funny phrases for each of the gross food illustrations. Gross out humor thrives on wordplay, and I think the titles are just as important as the art. If you want to keep up to date with all the cool projects happening in the Art Lab, then join my mailing list. You get updates and freebies every month, and you can make your own comics and creative projects with the Comic Maker Starter Kit included in your free subscription. As I'm brainstorming, I keep saying terms out loud, thinking of all the different words associated with the art and how I can tweak them and work them into a phrase that fits. For example, for my warped vision of an ice cream cone, I went with the classic "I scream, you scream." Traditionally, when you say "I scream" for ice cream, it's because you really want the ice cream badly, but in this case, you're screaming in abject terror. Flipping the idea around, I think it works. Sometimes the first idea is funny, but the third or fourth is even better. For instance, "We all scream" isn't a pun, but there's plenty of instances where a pun can be the perfect solution. Like, "You don't want a pizza this," or "Frank's for making me sick." Sometimes I let the illustration inspire me. For my twisted bucket of chicken, I went with "The last person who tried it kicked the bucket," using an idiom for dying, kicking the bucket. There are several ways you can approach writing the title. You can use rhyme or alliteration, it's up to you. The result doesn't have to be a huge belly laugh. Sometimes a good "oh, I see what you did there" is enough. And it's not just about being hilarious, it's about being clever enough that it feels like a parody of real food branding. That's what Wacky packages did so well. They didn't just replace a cereal mascot with something gross, they found the perfect pun to go along with it. And Garbage Pail Kids too, those names stuck in your head because they were a funny twist on real names. That's what I want my set to do. Be gross, yes, but also be sharp. Puns can be divisive. It seems you either love them or hate them. What about you? Do you like puns or not? If you do, drop your favorite pun in the comments. I love to hear what you got, good or bad. I'll also keep notes on all of my pun ideas, even the bad ones. Sometimes a pun that doesn't work with one card might work perfectly for another. And while coming up with puns, it's not uncommon for me to mumble weird food terms to myself, which is just part of the brainstorming process. In addition to adding titles to my sticker, I want to improve on the graphic design. The prototype of the Gross Food sticker set really just featured the illustration and not much else. I want to make these more colorful, so I'm going to create 4 different packs, each with a different color. A green pack, a blue pack, a yellow pack, and a pink pack. The stickers inside will have the border around the illustration that matches the color of the wrapper. Wacky packages all had a black border around the illustration. I want it to look like that, but with a little more flair. A few other elements I want to include are a number for each card, and a Peel Here arrow icon to show that these are in fact stickers, very similar to what Garbage Pail Kids did. All in all, I believe this improves the aesthetic of the cards. It does a good job of creating a brand that's inspired by gross out classic stickers from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but still has a unique look. And hey, if you're enjoying hearing my process on creating funny titles and seeing how I design my gross food stickers, I've got a Patreon where you can check out all of my past projects along with templates, bonus contents, and digital art files that go along with them. So join the fun on Patreon today. I'm hoping that while I continue the design process, it inspires you to create your own creative projects, whether that's based on something you love from the past or something entirely new. I just like to know what people are putting out in the world. And that wraps up today's deep dive into the wonderfully terrible, groan-inducing world of gross food puns. We've seen how the right wordplay can make a silly drawing even funnier, how a clever twist can turn stomachs and spark laughter, and how this type of humor has been a staple of trading cards and stickers for decades. If you like this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe and ring that bell for notification. And if you want to see another retro reimagined project unfold, you can click this video right up here.
Everybody's having fun with Super Stinkers Water Gun. We got a Super Stinkers Water Gun, and we're gonna have some smelly fun. Super pepperoni pizza, Super Stinkers, smelly old sneakers. There's 8 cool smells and they all fake fast. Come on, guys, let's give them a